Alright, so I'm back with the Sakura D4 build. I have actually got some parts too, some more parts. Well, one part. I picked up this Yeah Racing Hack Gear Coreless Digital Servo. So it's right here. I actually got two of them. I got this black one right here, which is going in the Sakura, and I picked up another one, the same exact one. And if you know HPI, this is close color to HPI's aluminum parts on their car, so I picked this up from my HPI. So I'm gonna put that in there. So, but this week, see how far we can get. I already got some of it taken apart. Most of the front suspension is taken apart. I am going to start with well, the lower suspension, but I got lower control arms. I got the front separate suspension mounts that's got to go on. These are actually the servo holder, servo mount, upper servo mount, and the front suspension mount. So I get those parts, and depending on how long the video is, I don't want to go too far. If I can, I want to get the adjustable steering assembly that I have here too. So I got all that, and if we can get that far, I'll put the servo in. I took out the center brace, the tires, the wheels, the bumper, the shocks. I'm probably just going to take the steering link. I'm probably just going to take this whole thing out and then rebuild it with the new parts. So let me get this stuff cleaned up and we'll start working. After looking it over, I just dropped the lower suspension pieces off. I think I'll be able to manage the front easier. I think the spur gear and the transmission, well, the spur gear and the motor plate and this all got in my way. I think I can get away with just dropping the lower part of the suspension on the front and taking the brace out will give me more room. So that's all I did, was took off the lower suspension to start. I'm gonna start with the front suspension mount on here, and then get the arms going, because the arms will be next. I don't know, every time I watch videos, people putting stuff together, when they're using metal parts, they're using a little bit of Loctite. So I got Loctite. I'm going to use a little bit of Loctite on these parts. I did use Loctite on the rear, so might as well use it on the front if I use it on the rear. I'm not putting a lot on, just a couple drops. Oh, that was, whoa. Yep, that's too much. Alright, so that came out faster than I thought. That's gonna be too much. I'm gonna wipe the screw off. But alright, I'll just use what I got here to dip the screw in. I didn't realize how fast it came out. That's probably enough there. So I got that on. So next I'm going to have to rebuild the arms. I don't think anybody wants to watch that. Alright, so I got both the arms built. It's basically the old hardware on them, and new arms. I got this one semi-mounted, the front mount, and the knuckle is on there. So I'm gonna mount this one. I'm not positive. The old ones here, let me see, maybe, I don't know if I need these little shims, these little washers in there. So I probably should test fit them before. I got all four, because these have these little plastic ones in here, little bushing things, but I think that's only to make it as big as this one. So I think I actually might need those washers still. I didn't think I did. So I'm going to take this back apart. let's put on this one. Let's see. Can I pull this off? Oh, I can. Alright. I'm going to pull this off. Stick these on here. Since this side's already partly done. Squeeze that back in. And another washer. So I got that on there. And now the rear suspension, the front separate suspension mount. So we're going to put that on. That X-Acto knife is dull. Alright, let's see. Let's see how this lines up. And it doesn't. There we go. It'll line up with the screw holes now. Okay, so I guess you do need the washers, those little pink washers in there. It's good to know. See if I can find a pair of scissors in here. Where are my scissors at? Oh, there we go. Chop drawer on my toolbox is just ridiculously a mess. But so is this the right size? It is the right size. A little Loctite on there, just a tiny bit. What I'm going to do is get to put these little metal shims in here. I'm going to put one screw in the back of this. It seems to work. This is how I finally got the back ones on. Loosely put it in there. So there's still some room to work. To take this little metal shim off the camera, but take this little metal shim, slide it in here, because it'll catch the back screw, and then get the other screw, put it in there, and hope for the best. I dropped the whole screw in it. God darn Loctite. Let me see, put a little bit more Loctite on that screw. There we go. Get my screwdriver going the right way. Is the shim in there right? It is. That's tight. Oh, that's nice. So that's one side. I definitely like these aluminum arms. Right now, because I don't have that set screw in there, which I might just temporarily put in there, it's kind of hitting the chassis. But, because it has no suspension, no shocks on it or anything like that. So I'm probably just going to run that little set screw in there for now. But I do believe it has to come out in order to put the monoshock front end on there. So I'm going to put the other side together and see how long this video took. And then decide how much more I'm going to go. So I'll be back. Alright, so I'm finishing up the steering. I got half of it together, but I have a question. There's no instructions with the steering, and obviously they're different. This is the factory one that came, and this is the new one. They're a little different. Basically what I did is reused all the hardware here. I did use some new hardware, but my question is this. This arm now has bearings top and bottom, as you can see here on this one. Okay, on the old one, it's plastic, so there's a bushing in there, brass bushing. Now the new one came with these tiny brass washers. Can you see that? Let me say, there you go. So when I was putting it together, I put one brass washer, say that is rough, brass washer in between here, and it seems to work fine. There is 4 of them, so my question is, what do I do with the other 2? Are they just extra? If somebody could let me know in the comments, and or point me in the direction of a video of how to build this and build it correctly, and if I'm building it correctly, let me know. I'm gonna still build it and put it in the car, but I would like to know before I actually get the servo and everything in there if this is put together correctly. Basically, my question is just about the little washers. So if I put one on each side of the screw does not thread. It won't. There's not enough thread. There's barely any thread in there as it is in there. So I just don't know if they're just spare or what. So but if you could let me know, I'd appreciate it. I am gonna end the video there today because all I gotta do is finish putting this together, slap it in the car. I'm not gonna put the servo in. Next week I'm gonna put the servo in and the monoshock front, and hopefully the body mount and the spur gear mount is here, so I can do those also. So I appreciate you following along. Hope you're enjoying this. Hope you can help me out too. Let me know that information, and continue on building this. We're getting down to the end, so it looks like we're going to need a motor, ESC, and transmitter and receiver, and then a body. So I do have a body here. I have two bodies here actually. I have a 350Z that's unpainted, and I have a 4-door Lexus too. So I don't know if I'm going to use either of those or get something different, but we'll see. So like I said, I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following along if you are following along. And like I said, if you know the answer to that question, if I'm building this steering right, let me know in the comments below. But anyway, I'll see you next time.